Raymond Arroyo warns against new IRS rules, this is a honeypot for audits. Fox News contributor Raymond Arroyo joined the Faulkner Focus to discuss the new IRS policies and how they will impact working Americans. Critics are sounding the alarm on the Internal Revenue Service significantly lowering the threshold for transaction reporting through payment apps, warning the change signals a new level of government overreach that targets small businesses and middle-class Americans. The IRS issued a reminder last week to taxpayers who utilize third-party payment processors like Venmo and PayPal about changes to reporting income in an updated explainer on their website. These changes created by the American Rescue Act now require the platforms to report any transaction over $600. Joe Biden said no one under $400,000 would be targeted by his tax plan. This is going to hit people making nothing to millions, but it's going to hit the middle class, Fox News contributor Raymond Arroyo said on the Faulkner Focus Tuesday. This is wrong. After the American Rescue Act was passed in March 2021, changes in the U.S. tax code and Internal Revenue Service rules added a new threshold for third-party payment processors. Beginning this tax year, Americans must be prepared to fill out a 1099-K form for any $600 transaction using online platforms. IRS warns Americans about $600 threshold to report Venmo, Cash App payments. This photo taken April 13, 2014 shows the headquarters of the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, in Washington. This photo taken April 13, 2014 shows the headquarters of the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, in Washington. AP photo/J. David Ake. The payment apps were previously required to send users 1099-K form if their gross income exceeded $20,000, or they had 200 separate transactions within a calendar year. Some have called out Democrats for appearing to defy their original messaging on the American Rescue Act, where leaders said changes would only target wealthy taxpayers. We were promised this time that the tax bill was only going to go after the super rich, Americans for Tax Reforms, Grover Norquist noted on Fox and Friends Tuesday. $600 they're targeting you and me and anyone who's online. IRS reminding Americans that they must report online transactions of at least $600 video. The new reporting changes are also sparking worries about additional audits on taxpayers. Republicans plan immediate IRS oversight if they take control of the House. This affects this year's taxes, 2022 taxes, Norquist said. If these forms are flying around to the IRS and if you're not ready to defend yourself, if you don't have all the backup proof that you know what you paid and how you did it, you're going to end up paying taxes. You're going to end up being audited because you don't have the paperwork. Sen. John Thune, IRS agents coming to a neighborhood near you video. One report by Ticketmaster or Venmo, you get an audit. This is a honeypot for audits, Arroyo warned. The new rule only applies to payments received for goods and services transactions, not using Venmo or PayPal for personal expenses such as sending gifts, paying rent, or reimbursing a friend. In addition, people who sell a personal item at a loss are excluded from this rule.